If we look at this left-hand one now, as I say, setup-wise is decent, okay? The two main things in the swing, and if you're going to prioritise one over the other, it's definitely going to be left wrist on the way back. Because if he gets cupped or weak or whatever, no matter how much you hit, it's exactly, yeah. Well, you'll hit 1 in 10 really good because you'll be able to manage to overly flick it. But you can still see you struggle to release that club effectively because of where your arms are pulling. So if you've got to overly do it and you find it difficult to do anyway, it's never going to work, yeah? So as you go back here now, top of the backswing here, it gets a little bit, there would be okay. Not bad in fairness, okay? As we come back, you sort of hang back on your right side here now and spin. So the club now in this position is very much out to the line of the golf ball, and then your hands going from out this position, you see how they sort of tuck in, pull into your body left foot's off the ground, swinging cross here now left, and then look how they're just trying to suck into your body. I mean, you're off the ground here with this foot, and then because you know what a good swing feels like or looks like, you back it way on your back foot and you go, no, I want to finish a good swing, and then you finish going forward, yeah? You end up in an all right spot, but you've got this. Exactly, yeah? So we've got to practice now in this move, as I said, up the top of the backswing here, flatten that left wrist, so that's where it should be in terms of length there, and as you come back down, you're going to keep this to target for longer as the arms fall here, yeah? So they're working down a bit more into this, and if you do it correctly and unhinge, the exaggeration will be your hands are going to be here and the club will be over there. So you need to exaggerate the move, and a la Justin Rose did that move, exaggerated. He doesn't want to swing the golf club in that position. Yeah. But if your club is getting too far pulled across, you've got to feel the movement in the other end of the spectrum to try and close that club face up. So from there now, that would be okay, I suppose. But if that feels exaggerated and you're just perfect, it's nowhere near an exaggerated move, is it? But it just shows how far from the old move we need to get to get to this new position, okay? Just on the golf course, it's going to be tough to trust that, yeah? That one, I would say you got a little bit cuppy with the wrist again there, slightly, so you see how far the club's gone back there. So just try and be aware of that when you're swinging, okay? Then we step to the golf ball now. We can see as we go back. Left wrist does go a little bit there, you can see now. As you come back to the golf ball, much more solid contact on this one. Hanging back, I mean, you kind of ended up in a better position because you weren't able to move there at the last second, yeah? So that when you try to recover the swing to make it look better, that when you actually got in a better position, hence why it did go a little bit straighter, because the movement of the body was better. But I think focus on that left wrist, and then as I say, when you're swinging the golf club now from here, your back is facing target, yeah, at this position. Let the arms just fall and keep your back to target for as long as you can, yeah? You tend to want to spin off your back foot there to try and... This is just someone trying to the ball as far left as they can, yeah? So up the top of the backswing, delay that body rotate. If you do this, your arms always suck in low left. Big slice, yeah?
Should I be trying to keep my other foot on the floor more?
Your left foot should stay on the ground. The thing is that your left foot will stay on the ground more when you start hooking it, because then you're going to want to start moving left, because that would make sense, yeah? If you're slicing it, you don't want to move left, because if you do that, if I'm hitting the ball, say, left of where you're sat there, if I'm hitting it over this way, I'm not going to want to move more this way, am I? I'm going to want to move more that way. So when the ball starts hooking a bit more because your left wrist is better and your release is better, then it would make sense for you to want to move this way, in which case that foot will stay flat. So don't worry about the left foot yet. You've got enough to think about in terms of the backswing with your left wrist and your body motion. So he will just do what he does in time based on what your ball flight's doing.
Okay.
Okay, mate, makes sense? Fine. No, good stuff.